Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Dallas Cowboys.
I deserve that. It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. He's at the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
That's good for an Eagles.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Flushed out right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Down at the 15-yard line.
The numbers for Sanders last week, 16 carries, 55 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and...
Now Wentz on 3rd down. That's complete right around the 8. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude attitude because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. At their own. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Elliott, the Cowboy ball.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Prescott with the give to Ezekiel.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Elliott again, the ball carrier. Taken down at the...
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Cowboys.
Complete.
Michael Gallup with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly, and oftentimes on the move, when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And some room to maneuver. The 40, 30, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this 1st quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Lamb on the return. The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now, guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Who's going to? Because he's made all the plays so far, so I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And this carries into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign. Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team. And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
What's up?
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a great defender. Everson Griffin making a great defensive play there for a loss. Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz. That's complete to Sanders. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
17.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick, But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, Elliott. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And quickly they get to the line.
A gain of 6 yards. And
they'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Elliott, the ball carrier. The tackle made by Brandon.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guaranteeing you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Dallas.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
On the play. And a Cowboy first down.
Prescott off play action. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the clock room.
Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we reach halftime. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. A give to Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Cooper's got it. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Dallas.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Amari Cooper with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
25-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down. It's Sanders. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And the Cowboys.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he's taken down inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
The tackle by Will Parks.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
He's brought down.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
On play action, they'll throw. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Ezekiel Elliott.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Intended for CD.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'd be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
7. Eagles 24.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And nearly picked off.
Harrison Smith.
Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away at 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Wentz on target to Rager. 1st down, Eagles. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This pass complete. Wins to Ertz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
10 more yards.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got it complete to Perkins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Noah Brown, the Ohio State man, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Noah Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will make it into the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Here's Wentz to throw. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Got a man. It's Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Brown, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. 25-yard line. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Prescott's pass. Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out. I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Rager catches it left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wentz now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 30. 10. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
No good.
And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in two-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The big fella. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Tonight's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do any.